Hello, my name is Tess, and today I'm going to be talking about Hillary Clinton in our culture, specifically through the lens of the media. Okay, so Clinton is a name that we often have heard in U.S. politics, and when we hear it, many people think of the 42nd President of the United States, Bill Clinton. However, the Clinton that's garnering more attention right now is not Bill, but his wife Hillary. Right now, Hillary is running for the 2016 Democratic nomination for president. And this is nothing new to her because she was in the exact same situation in 2008. In 2008, she did lose the nomination to Barack Obama, as Corey did say in his presentation. And right now, her biggest opponent seems to be Bernie Sanders, a senator from Vermont. And despite a change in campaign strategy and opponent, the media seems to still criticize Clinton very harshly. Unlike her male opponents, Clinton faces a lot of negative criticism for both her personal appearance and her personal life. This problem extends beyond Hillary Clinton to other female politicians as well, and this is a problem that has been plaguing female politicians for decades. And this can especially be seen in the case of Victoria Woodhull. In 1872, Victoria Woodhull was the first woman to run for president, which was a little weird because women didn't even gain the right to vote until 1920, but she did it anyway, and the press were not pleased with it. They decided to dig up stories about her and find any dirt that they could, and they ended up having a long interview with her sister, who basically did not support her candidacy at all, and they also reported a story about a fight that occurred between one of her ex-husbands and her mom, which obviously none of this stuff was actually related to the politics and the stuff that she was campaigning about. And overall, they just continued to talk about her personal life and her problems instead of her actual politics. And according to Erica Falk, 4 out of every 10 articles that were written about Victoria were actually just about her personal problems in her family. You fast forward 143 years, and female politicians are still being treated the exact same way. The picture behind me is from a speech that Hillary Clinton gave on C-SPAN in 2007. And there was a lot of uproar over it because apparently she was showing a little too much cleavage. And an article was written in the Washington Post by a writer named Robin Javon, and in it she was cited saying that it was shocking to see the small acknowledgement of femininity and sexuality peeking out of the conservative, aesthetically speaking environment of Congress. Sadly, this is not the first time, and this won't be the last time that Hillary Clinton has been criticized for her appearance rather than her politics. Female politicians face criticism for factors outside of their control and outside of their merit all of the time. Again, in 2015, Hillary faced another abusive article from a Washington Post writer. This time his name was Ed Rogers. And in this article, Rogers was basically talking about Hillary's upcoming campaign in 2016 in a news conference, specifically a news conference that took place. And he said in this news conference that Hillary Clinton was lacking, in the news conference, was lacking a new car smell, and that it was overall stale and musty and downright Clinton-esque. In other words, he was comparing Hillary Clinton and her upcoming campaign to a stale and musty old car. Personally, I thought it was a little harsh and unnecessary and just plain rude. There were many ways he could have worded this phrase, but instead he used it a very offensive way to say it. Unfortunately, this is nothing new to Hillary. There's a lot of comments like this in the press. Also, interesting fact, this blue hyperlink in the article actually links to another article about Hillary's husband, Bill, because obviously you can't talk about a female politician without mentioning her husband. So many people like me do think that Hillary gets criticized a little too much in the media, but there are others who think that she doesn't get criticized enough. And two of these people are L. Brent Bozell and Tim Graham. They actually wrote a book about it, and it was called Whitewash. And in this book, they basically tried to prove that Hillary does not get criticized enough in the media. They think that she's coddled and that the media oftentimes will ignore some of her scandals in order to portray her in a more positive light. In fact, one of the quotes from their book said that the media has acted like a cheerleader for Hillary Clinton. There are 2 reasons why I think this source is unconvincing. One, they're both 2 super conservative white males whose main goal in writing this book was to make sure Hillary was not elected in 2008. Also, There are numerous examples, ones I've already named and one more that I will name, that show that Hillary is criticized far more than her other opponents. Okay, my last example took place in 2007, and this is a Democratic debate, one before the primaries, which would decide who would be the Democratic nominee. And in this debate, both Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were both trying to undermine each other's reputation in order to gain more votes. However, I think Barack Obama crossed the line at one point when he brought Hillary's husband Bill to the forefront of the dialogue, and he was quoted saying that he sometimes did not know who he was running against, Hillary or Bill. And because I thought this crossed the line because it attributed not only all of Hillary's political success, but all of her political ideas to her husband. And I thought that was an extremely offensive remark. The media then continued to perpetuate this idea by depicting Hillary and Bill as a two-headed monster, a political juggernaut, and a campaign machine. Overall, women have experienced media bias since 1872 when Victoria Woodhull ran for president, and I think it's a huge problem, ongoing cultural problem in our society. Men and women aren't on an equal playing field, and the media just perpetuates this problem. We have made so many advances when it comes to technology and medicine, yet we still haven't made many advances when it comes to equality, and especially in the media. And I think in order to stop this problem, we need to make an abrupt change to how we view women. And one way we can make that change by having a woman in a powerful leadership role. And for that reason, I think Hillary Clinton should be president in 2016. Thank you.